Are you guys able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this I thought to discuss. Okay, so what we shall do today is we shall finish these two important things: auto scaling in instances, and one is we'll try to work on one load balancer. Okay, these both will be in this practical only. So mostly I'll focus on this practical. While doing the practical only, I'll try to explain how exactly it works. Okay. I think before starting this, you might have some basic idea about auto scaling already, right?
Idea like in theory, we know the meaning, but practically,
Yeah, that is sufficient. That is what I'm asking. Just auto scaling, what happens exactly at auto scaling? So whenever we need more servers, when our, for example, if we are working on one server, so it has went to some peak utilization. So automatically, what should happen is one more
yes,
server need to be added to it to shade the traffic, right? So accordingly,
yes,
we need to add servers when there is more load on the server, and parallelly we basically call it as scale in and scale out. Okay, so scale in what scale in what does it do is it will increase the number of servers. Okay, similarly scale out is a feature which will decrease the number of servers. Okay, this increasing and decreasing of servers will happen automatically according to the traffic. If there is more traffic, so more number of servers will be added automatically according to the traffic. And also if there is less traffic and unnecessarily we are having more servers, so what should happen is we should also remove the unnecessary servers which are working idly. Okay, so this all process should need to be happen automatically, so there need not be a person sitting and monitoring all this. So we can completely automate this feature. Okay, whenever there is a need for more servers, so this need to be added automatically when there is less traffic. When then this servers need to get reduce. For example, if 5 servers are running, so the traffic is only sufficient and also can be handled by 2 servers only. So balance 3 servers are lying extra, right? So these 3 servers also need to be removed automatically by the system. So that is what I have told you: scale in and scale out. So both of the things should be happening automatically. So how to configure that, how to do this thing, we'll do that practically. And after this we'll be working on load balancer also. I think okay, in the class Akil have come, right? Akil, have you tried yesterday?
No, sir.
ట్రై చేయలేదా?
I got
వీడియో
lap-
రిఫరెన్స్
no,
పంపించాను,
sir.
చూసావా?
ఇంటే ల్యాప్టాప్ లేదు సార్, ఇవాళ వచ్చింది అందుకని
సరే సరే, ఓకే, ఈరోజు
ఇవాళ ట్రై
ప్రాక్టికల్గా
చేస్తాను.
చేసేద్దాం, మీకు క్లియర్గా ఉంటుంది. So first we'll start with auto scaling. So steps I will write. So what are the steps involved in this? So to start this auto scaling, we need to go to this instances section. So here in the left side, you can see an option called auto scaling. So inside the auto scaling, you'll be having two options. One is launch configuration and auto scaling group. Okay. So first we'll be working on launch configuration, right? So you might be asking, sir, what is exactly is this launch configuration, right? So basically, we are working on one single instance. Okay. So for example, I'll take. Okay, or else I'll do one thing, we'll start it fresh. Okay, so I'll take one fresh server. Okay, launch instance. So I'll create fresh instance. For example, I will take one name so that we can understand the example better. So I'll say flip uh, Flipkart Big Billion server. So this server I'll be creating. So for this, I'll be using one Windows operating system. Okay, Microsoft Windows operating system, and maybe whichever is suitable for you, you can choose the operating system. But right now, I'm using this Windows Server 2022. Okay, so scroll down. I'll go for t2.micro, and I'll create one fresh key pair. So create a new key pair. I'll say Flipkart Big Billion Key. So create key pair, and
Sir, we have the option of choosing PPK file, no?
yes, yes. But what happens is this, for this RDP file for Windows, we need a .pm file only.
Dot .pm.
So
Okay.
for Windows, we'll be creating .pm, and for Linux operating system, you can go for PPK. Okay.
PPK.
Yes, but what we can do is practically, if for example, if you have forgot to create this PPK file, instead of PPK, if you have created PEM file, but still no problem, you can convert PEM file to PPK file. So I think the last time also I have shown you. So the procedure is simple only. So PM file can also be converted to PPK file. So for that, what exactly is there? You'll have a small software called Puttigen. Okay. So Putty
Put it.
generator,
Put it.
Puttigen. Putty is there. Putty is different. Puttigen is different. Okay. When you install this Putty software, along with Putty software only, you will be getting this Puttigen. So you can just get into this putty generator. So inside that, you need to load key, and you need to generate a ppk. Okay, simply you can load the pem file, generate, and you can save it as ppk file. Okay, so this software can be used to generate pem file to ppk file. Okay, so I think after the class you can just practice that. It is just an easy step. Okay, so back to this. So we were trying to create one new server. So I have created one key pair. I have downloaded the key pair. Yes, so here you can create a new security group, or else you can also select one old existing security group. So already we have several servers working, so we'll do one thing. So this is my instance. So I'll just check my old security group, because again, if I'm creating one new security group, I'll have to add all the port numbers again. So instead of that, what you can do is you can now add existing security group also. This is my old server. So in my old server, I'm using one security group, right? So say go to security. So the security group name is launch wizard 1. So here you can see the all the necessary port numbers have been added, right? So so port number 21, 22, 80, 2000, 3389. So all these are added. So if you are creating one new security group, only one port number will be added, that is might be 3389. So the rest of all the port numbers need to be done manually. So I don't want to do that. So existing security group also we can include while creating an instance. So that is why I came to my old instance. So here I have found that I'm using launch wizard 1. This is my security group. In that all my port numbers are included. So what will I do is, instead of creating a new security group, I'll go and I'll select the existing security group. In that I'll be finding my security group here. So I'll search launch wizard 2647531. Okay, so launch wizard 1 is available. This is my old security group. Okay, so I'm selecting the old one. So I think here we can't make any changes, so by default this will be taken. Okay, then simply I can go and click on launch instance. Okay,
Launch.
yeah, launch instance, right? So I'll just get back and see the process. Okay, as you can see, Flipkart big billion server. Okay, so here what has happened, so it has started to create my instance. Now just we'll try to understand why, what exactly we'll do later. So first what we shall do is, for example, auto scaling, we are talking about instances. So auto scaling is the thing which is not, which cannot be handled by single server. So what is the need here? So we are working on, we need to have multiple servers. Okay, so we need multiple servers, right? So if we need multiple servers, so we need to create multiple number of servers, right? So as you can see here, right now what I have done, I have created one server called Flipkart big billion server. So in this server I'll be installing all my necessary software. So whatever it is, if I have developed in HTML, if I have developed in PHP, if I have developed in React, or whatever it is. So this is my server. I'll create. So I think it is a running condition. Just log in once. So I'll try to connect with this. Connect. Let us keep it open. So RDP client. So get password. Upload private key. So we have created one key, right? So go to downloads. So Flipkart Big Billion D key .pm file. Then click on decrypt password. Okay. So password we have got, and we have got all the details which are required. So what I'll do, I'll go for a remote desktop connection. Remote desktop connection. Copy public DNS and add username, username, password, password. You can also save this. Okay. Click on OK. Okay. I've got my server and it is in running condition now. Okay, so I got my servers. Just I'll keep these details for uh, further logins, because again if I want to get the password again, I need to upload the pm file and all the big process. So I'll reduce it. I'll copy this and I'll keep here. This is name administrator by default, we know, and password I'll paste. Okay, so what we have done is we have created one server. and what we do is after getting the server, so what we can do is we just log in into our server, and we'll try to put our website, maybe website or some database, or say, any action which you need on your server. Okay, so right now I we assume that this is my server. In that I'll be working. Okay, so again, you know the process. Again, if we go to this what we say, if I want to create that HTML website, for example, so I'll go to server manager again. That is a very big lengthy task, right? So I need to open this server manager. I need to go to this add roles. Okay, and after that I need to install that web server IIS. Again, I need to go to this folder, C drive. So here I'll be finding one folder called inetpub. So inside inetpub, I need to go to www root folder. Inside www root folder, you need to put your HTML file. So that is all a bigger task. So we can do that, and if that is what we do basically. If you want to put a website, configure everything. Okay. So right now I don't want to get deeper into it. So basically, I just need a server, and I have created it. Now one task is completed. So steps, so one we need multiple servers, so that is later part. So step 1, we can say, created and configured server successfully. Okay, so this we have done. Now we have server details. Okay, so next step is, I think we have already got some experience in working on snapshot, right? So the thing is, one more thing is, we have discussed about getting a snapshot of this server instance, right? So do you guys remember the snapshot of instance?
Yes, sir.
Snapshot we have done in two types. One is snapshot we have done for volume, and a snapshot we have done for instance. So there was small change in taking a snapshot of instance. So how do we actually take a snapshot of an instance? Do you guys remember?
Yes, sir.
Y-
Creating this
yeah,
snapshot image.
IAM, IAM.
No, no. How to take snapshot of instance?
No,
Open the instance.
Okay, for example, okay, just to guide me, how will you take for example, okay, I have this server. Okay, I have this server called Big Billion Server. Okay, I want to take a snapshot of this. How to do?
you can
So let's take a snapshot images.
uh, how to do? Okay,
Images.
ఇక్కడ
images.
యాక్షన్స్ నుంచి కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు అని చూపించారు.
ఓకే, ఏదో ప్రాసెస్ చెప్పండి, ఏదైనా పర్వాలేదు. ఒకటి ఇక్కడ నుంచి స్నాప్షాట్ ఐ కెన్ డూ. సరే, ఏదైనా ఒక
Elastic
ప్రాసెస్ చెప్పండి.
Black Store.
ఆ,
Elastic Black Store.
ఓకే, ఎలాస్టిక్ బ్లాక్ స్టోరేజ్.
Elastic Black Store లో వాలిన్స్ కింద స్నాప్షాట్
స్నాప్షాట్ ఉంది.
స్నాప్షాట్ ఆప్షన్స్
ఓకే, ఇక్కడ
క్రియేటింగ్ స్నాప్షాట్
క్రియేట్ స్నాప్షాట్. ఇక్కడ ఐ సెలెక్ట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్, అంతేనా?
ఇన్స్టెన్స్
Instance.
ఓకే, దాని తర్వాత
ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్
సెలెక్ట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్. మన ఇన్స్టెన్స్ నంబర్, ఓకే, ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్ బిగ్ బిలియన్ సర్వర్,
ఇన్స్టెన్స్
ఇదేనా?
ఐడి.
ఓకే,
ఇన్స్టెన్స్
సెలెక్ట్. దాని తర్వాత క్రియేట్
అంతే
స్నాప్షాట్, అంతేనా? ఓకే, క్రియేట్ స్నాప్షాట్.
యాడ్ ట్యాగ్స్
Yes.
ట్యాక్స్ పర్వాలేదు, అదేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు.
ఓకే
నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేయాలి?
sir. Create a image snap.
ఎలా ఇమేజ్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు? నెక్స్ట్ ఆఫ్టర్ క్రియేటింగ్ ఇమేజ్ వాట్ వి షుడ్ డూ?
సార్ ఆ సర్వర్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసి యాక్షన్స్ లో
ఏం
ఇమేజెస్
చేయాలి?
Actions లో ఉంటుంది.
ఏం చేయాలి అసలు ఏం చేయాలి యాక్చువల్గా? స్నాప్షాట్ అయింది, నెక్స్ట్?
ఆ సర్వర్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయండి సార్. సెలెక్ట్ చేసి యాక్షన్స్ లో ఏఎంఐ
ఓకే, ఓకే. సో సింపుల్గా ఏం అంటే వీ షుడ్ క్రియేట్ వన్ ఇమేజ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ సర్వర్, అంతేనా?
ఎస్ సార్.
ఆ ఇమేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలి సర్వర్ది.
Yes, sir.
సో ఆ స్టెప్ ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టుగా దెర్ ఈస్ వన్ డైరెక్ట్ స్టెప్ ఆల్సో అవైలబుల్ ఫర్ అస్. సో వన్ ఈస్ ఫస్ట్ వీల్ క్రియేట్ వన్ స్నాప్షాట్. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ యూ సెలెక్ట్ దట్ సర్వర్, యాక్షన్స్లోకి వెళ్ళి క్రియేట్ స్నాప్షాట్ అంటే స్నాప్షాట్, క్రియేట్ ఇమేజ్ ఫ్రమ్ స్నాప్షాట్ అంటే యూ విల్ గెట్ వన్ ఇమేజ్. ఓకే, ఇలా కూడా చేయొచ్చు. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ ఇస్, సో గో టు దిస్ ఇన్స్టెన్సెస్. ఓకే, యూ కెన్ సెలెక్ట్ యువర్ సర్వర్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్. డైరెక్ట్గా యాక్షన్స్లోకి వెళ్ళి ఇమేజెస్ అండ్ టెంప్లేట్లో క్రియేట్ ఇమేజ్. ఓకే, సో క్రియేట్ ఇమేజ్ అని కూడా డైరెక్ట్గా చేయొచ్చు. సో ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్ అంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే యూ విల్ స్కిప్ వన్ స్టెప్. ఒకటి ఏంటి అంటే నార్మల్గా చేస్తే ఫస్ట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు క్రియేట్ వన్ స్నాప్షాట్. ఆఫ్టర్ ద స్నాప్షాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు క్రియేట్ ఇమేజ్, రైట్? సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటి అంటే దిస్ ఈజ్ డైరెక్ట్ స్టెప్. యాజ్ యూ కెన్ సీ ఇక్కడ స్నాప్షాట్ అని లేదు, సో వీ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ క్రియేట్ వన్ ఇమేజ్. సో ఇమేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తామంటే సెకండ్ స్టెప్లో ఆఫ్టర్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ స్టెప్ 2 మనం అన్ని వెబ్సైట్ అవన్నీ కంప్లీట్ కాన్ఫిగర్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ సర్వర్ రెడీ అయిన తర్వాత వీ విల్ క్రియేట్ వన్ ఇమేజ్. ఓకే, మనకి ఇమేజ్ కావాలి. మీరు అడగొచ్చు ఎందుకు సార్ మనకి ఇమేజ్తో అవసరం ఏంటి అంటే, ఏంటి అంటే వీఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ మల్టిపుల్ సర్వర్స్, రైట్? మనకు మల్టిపుల్ సర్వర్స్ కావాలి. సో మల్టిపుల్ సర్వర్స్ కావాలి అంటే ఏం చేస్తామంటే, సో ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ ఒక సర్వర్ రెడీ చేసుకుంటాం. సో ఆ సర్వర్ యొక్క డూప్లికేట్స్ విల్ బి ట్రయింగ్ టు క్రియేట్. సో ఆల్ ద న్యూ సర్వర్స్ మళ్ళీ ఏంటంటే మళ్ళీ ఫ్రెష్గా వెళ్ళి వీ నీడ్ నాట్ క్రియేట్ ఎ సర్వర్. సో వీ నీడ్ నాట్ డూ ద కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. సో ఇది ఎంత ఏంటి అంటే ఇట్ షుడ్ ఆటోమేటికలీ హ్యాపన్. So if the new server is getting created, so by default it should have all the required settings. Okay, so one second. Okay, are you guys able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so So what we'll be doing is we have created one server. So as we are working on this auto scaling, so we will be creating multiple number of servers, right? So duplicates we can say. So all the duplicates if you want to create, so the process is first we'll be creating one image. సో అంత కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ అయిన తర్వాత మనం విల్ బి క్రియేటింగ్ వన్ ఇమేజ్. సో ఆ ఇమేజ్లో ఉంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే దాట్ ఇమేజ్ విల్ ఆటోమేటికలీ డూప్లికేట్ చేస్తూ వెళ్తాం అనమాట. సో ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ యాడింగ్ వన్ ఎక్స్ట్రా సర్వర్, సో హౌ ఐల్ బి యాడింగ్, జస్ట్ ఐ విల్ యూజ్ దిస్ image and I'll create one new server. సో ఎన్ని ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ యాడింగ్ 100 servers, సో సింపుల్గా ఏం చేస్తాను అంటే ఐ విల్ బి యూజింగ్ దట్ ఇమేజ్ అండ్ ఐ విల్ క్రియేట్ ఏ న్యూ సర్వర్. ఓకే, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఏంటి అంటే మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ పోయి గో టు ఇన్స్టెన్సెస్ క్రియేట్ ఆ ప్రాసెస్ అంతా ఏమీ ఉండదు. జస్ట్ ఏంటంటే దిస్ ఇమేజ్ కెన్ బి యూస్డ్ అగైన్ అండ్ అగైన్, అగైన్ అండ్ అగైన్, అగైన్ అండ్ అగైన్. ఓకే, సో మనకు ఆల్రెడీ ఈ ఫీచర్ ఆల్రెడీ మనకు తెలుసు కాబట్టి ఇమేజ్ గురించి మనకు ఆల్రెడీ ఐడియా ఉంది. ఓకే, సో ది సర్వర్ వీఆర్ వర్కింగ్, వేర్ ఇస్ బిగ్ బిలియన్ సర్వర్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ బిగ్ బిలియన్ సర్వర్. I'll go to actions, go to images, and I'll click on create one image. Okay, so image name it will ask, so I'll say Flipkart big billion image. ఓకే, మనకు అర్థం కావడానికి నేను పెద్దగా పెడుతున్నాను. సో సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆస్కింగ్ ట్యాగ్స్ మనకు అవసరం లేదు. సో యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ క్రియేట్ ఇమేజ్. ఓకే, సో నౌ విల్ గెట్ అన్ ఇమేజ్. సో ఈ ఇమేజ్ ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది, వేర్ కెన్ ఐ సీ దిస్ ఇమేజ్? వేర్ కెన్ ఐ గెట్ దిస్ ఇమేజ్? ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇమేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేశాను కదా, ఇమేజ్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది?
AMIS.
ఓకే, ఏఎంఐస్లో ఉంటుంది. సో దట్ విల్ బీ ఇన్ ద లెఫ్ట్ సెక్షన్. సో హియర్ ఐల్ ఫైండ్ ఏఎంఐస్, ఇన్సైడ్ దట్ ద ఇమేజ్ విల్ బీ క్రియేటెడ్. ఓకే, సో యాజ్ యూ కెన్ సీ Flipkart big billion image. Okay, so by using this we can create n number of copies. మన దగ్గర ఇమేజ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి బ్యాకప్ ఇమేజ్ అని నార్మల్ జనరల్ టర్మ్స్లో we can call it as backup. Okay, general terms lo. Okay, but here in AWS we call it as image. Okay, so ఈ image యూస్ చేసుకొని we can create multiple number of servers, right? ఇప్పుడు దాన్ని మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే వీ షుడ్ ఆటోమేట్ ద ప్రాసెస్. సో ఆ ప్రాసెస్ చేయడానికి ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ వీల్ గో టు దిస్ ఆటో స్కేలింగ్ సెక్షన్. సో ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈస్ వాట్ యూ నీడ్ టు డూ ఇస్ యూ నీడ్ టు డూ లాంచ్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్. సో యూ మైట్ బి ఆస్కింగ్, సార్ వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ లాంచ్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్? సో ఆటో స్కేలింగ్లో ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ యాడింగ్ వన్ సర్వర్, so what exactly it need to be having, so what are all the features it need to have. So once you see this the process of that creation, you will understand it very clearly. So I'll say step number 2 we have created image. So step 3 I'm saying create launch configuration. Okay, so we'll see that. So click on create launch configuration. So here you can say I'm creating a launch configuration. I'll put a name. So I'll say launch config Flipkart big billion. Okay. So as you can see here, the next option it is asking for AMI. So AMI ఇప్పుడే మనం క్రియేట్ చేసాం కదా, so you'll get that AMI here. So when you click on this drop down, so you need to see here image. Okay, this you will get only if you are creating an image. So manam Flipkart big billion day ఈ సర్వర్ కి ఇమేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేసాం కదా, సో సెలెక్ట్ యువర్ ఇమేజ్. ఓకే, రైట్. సో ఇమేజ్ సెలెక్షన్ అయిపోయింది. సో Next is instant type. సో మీ సర్వర్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ ఏం కావాలి, హార్డ్వేర్ ఎంత కావాలి, మెమరీ ఎంత కావాలి, స్టోరేజ్ ఎంత కావాలి, రైట్? సో ఫర్ దాట్ విల్ బి సెలెక్టింగ్ ఇట్. క్లిక్ ఆన్ చూస్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ టైప్, right? So as we know, we'll be working on t2.micro only. Why? Because it is free tier. Okay, so I'm selecting t2.micro, click on choose. Okay, so this backup copy need to need to be installed on this t2.micro. Okay, next ఇంకా అడిషనల్గా ఇంకేమైనా కావాలి అంటే IAM profile also we can add. Okay, right now I don't think we need this IAM profile and all. So monitoring you can do, and optimized with EBS, that also you can ignore. These are all just default options. Okay, so next, EBS volume, we need 30 GB of storage. If you want to add any extra volumes, you can just add here. Okay, so right now I don't want any extra volumes. Okay, so I'll go with 30 GB only. And again Mali same, so security groups will come. So in the security group also, as we know, instead of creating multiple security groups, you can choose one existing one. So select existing security group. As we know, we have all the settings on this launch wizard one. Launch wizard one is not visible. Okay, page number 2. So launch wizard 1, I'm selecting my existing security group. Okay, so again it is asking for key pair options. So I think we have created a fresh key pair called what is it name, Flipkart Big Billion key, right? So already we have created one key for this. So select, so we can select this key. So proceed with without a key pair. No, choose existing key pair, I'll select. So if I drop down, I need to say see that key pair. Okay, Flipkart Big Billion key. Okay, I'm selecting that, and click on create launch configuration. Okay, what is saying? So select this. Okay, I acknowledge that I have access to the selected private key. Yeah, I have that key, and that without the file I won't be able to log into my instance. Okay, that we already know. Without this PM key we won't be able to generate password. If we are not able to generate password, we won't be able to log into our server. Okay, so create launch configuration. Okay, right. So this we have completed successfully. Step number 3 has been completed. Okay, so coming back. Okay, so the duplicate copy of our server configuration has been done properly. Now we need to actually design this auto scaling, right? So now the actual part will start. This is just building your server configuration only. Okay, so step number 4. So here we what we'll do, we'll create auto scaling group. So create auto scaling group. Okay, so this is the final step and important step. Okay, so this in this only all the options will be there. How the servers will be added, when a server need to get add, if there is more traffic, so how many number of servers you want to add. So minimum number of servers, how many you want to add. So desired, how many you want to add, like at what time you want to add servers, at what time you need to delete the servers. So all the configuration regarding this auto scaling will be handled at this stage. Okay, so all the main configuration of auto scaling will be handled at this step. Okay, so pay attention, this is more important than all of that. Okay, because already we know to create instance, we know how to create one image, right? So the new thing which we have done is we have created launch configuration, which is also an easiest part. This launch configuration is very similar to restoring your instance, right? There is nothing much in this. So this is also easiest part. The main part is auto scaling groups. Okay, so click on auto scaling groups. So you need to understand this. Just go through this once. So you need to understand this concept first. So you need to understand minimum size, desired capacity, and what is the maximum size. So these three are very very important. So minimum size means uh, even if there is no traffic, even if there is your server is in idle condition, so how many servers you want to run. Okay, so minimum size, even if at all there is no traffic, no people are coming, but still you need to maintain your website, right? So what is the minimum amount of servers you want to maintain, right? So desired capacity and whenever you need desired state will come when what actually you intend for, right? So minimum kanna koncham ekko anamata. So basically how many servers exactly you want to use. What is your expected capacity, so minimum expected capacity. Okay, so the third one is maximum. So auto configuration, as you know, it is going on adding or decreasing your server. So if you are going in this adding part, so as you know, even for example, if you are adding uh, uh, every extra server which you are adding is a payable one, right? For example, two servers are maintaining your job. If you are putting one extra server, so that extra server will cost you. Similarly, if you are adding one more, the cost will get added up, right? So every time you add one server, your cost will automatically grow, right? So what you need to do is there is some limit for you. Beyond that you can't afford, right? So in that scenario we'll be keeping our maximum size number. Okay, for example, I can't afford more than 10 servers, so I'll put the limitation as maximum equal to 10, because that is what I can afford. Beyond that I can't afford. So to control your budget, you will do that. Okay, so if you have just time, you can just read this. This will make you understand much more about this auto scaling. Okay, so click on create auto scaling group. So auto scaling group I'll name. So auto scaling Flipkart big billion. Okay, big billion group. Okay, so not okay. So auto scaling Flipkart big billion is be my name. So here you can see it is asking me for launch template, right? So again here you can see launch configuration. So what actually we have done, so we have created one launch configuration. So we haven't created launch template. Okay, so this step can be done in two ways. One is you can create one launch configuration, or you can create one launch template. So either ways you can do, but right now we have done launch configuration, right? So I'll go with launch configuration. So if you want to add launch configuration, simply you can click on this switch to launch configuration. Okay, if go click on launch configuration, so here all the list of my launch configuration will be displayed. Just refresh this button, click on drop down. So as you can see, launch config Flipkart Big Billion, right? This we have just done on step number 3. So we have done it, right? So launch config Flipkart Big Billion. Okay. So launch configuration file I have taken. If you are not having, you can also create one new launch configuration file here. Okay. So I have selected launch config. So all the config. So this is auto scaling group. The configuration of the all the server we have done here, right? So that will be selected. So then click on next. So you need to select. So default VPC zone it have selected. So important thing is what you need to do is just select your availability zone. Okay, so as you know, in the south is in this we are already working on this. Our location is AP South 1, right? So we are located in Bombay location only, but we have more availability zone within this data center. Within this only we have more zones. So what they are saying, we'll take all the zones because it is near to our location only. So I'll say 1 2 3. Okay, you can select that. Even if you don't select also, no problem with that. Okay, so click on next. So right now we are not using any load balancer method we are not working. Load balancer will try to learn separately. Okay, and you need to first understand auto config and work on it. And the second, you need to learn load balancers separately, you need to understand that. Then you need to combine these two. Okay, so that combination, how to combine these two, you'll automatically understand when you practical each of it in a separate way. Okay, so now we are working separately, only auto config we are working on, so no load balancer. Okay, so I'll scroll down. And so basically this is one important step. Okay, so here we'll be working on. So health grace period, the period delays the first health check until your instances finishing your initialization. Okay, so for example, if you are creating one new server or adding one new server, so immediately it won't start working, right? So it will at least need some time to configure itself. So it need to start, at least if you are restarting your computer, it will take some time, right? So what I'm telling is, so up to 5 minutes, 300 seconds, it will stand for 5 minutes. So give the server 5 minutes time until all your services get started. So for example, if you're switching on your laptop, immediately everything won't immediately you can't open your browser and start working. Or else if you can't open one software and start working. So at least it needs some time for to initialize. So what I'm telling is, do the health checkup after 300 seconds, right? At least 5 minutes time we have to give to the server, such that it will start working. Okay, so additional settings you can just ignore. So these are all uh, default settings you can go for. Click on next. And this is important step, as we have seen in the last thing. So here we can configure. So as already know this about this maximum capacity, we know already. So I'll say the maximum capacity which I would like to add is, apart from, I'll go for 5 servers. Okay, so maximum 5 servers I can afford, or else just I will keep it one, because this will continuously add servers. So I'll say, so maximum number of servers I want is 3. So even if the traffic is more, or even if your server is having high load, so it will not create any more servers beyond 3. So beyond 3, Amazon will not give you any extra servers. So maximum limitation is 3. So or else we can see 4 will keep. Okay, so maximum 4 servers only Amazon will provide you. Why? Because you can't afford more bill beyond 4 servers. Okay, and minimum capacity, so minimum at least one server need to be running, right? So minimum number should be 1, minimum at least one server need to be working. So basically I understood that at least 2 servers I need to work on. So desired capacity. For example, why I am putting this desired capacity 2 is, for example, if you keep this also as 1, okay, if you keep this one also 1. For example, if minimum, if you're putting one minimum capacity as 1, if this server gets crashed, then your entire website will be falling down. Correct? So we know, we don't want that. So if we keep this desired capacity as 2, even if one server crashes down, there will be another server which will be handling your traffic. Okay, if you keep this one, for example, only one server will be there. If this server crashes down, so there will be uh, no other server to handle your users. So that is the reason we'll be keeping this desired capacity as 2. Why? Because even if one server get crashed up, so there will be another which will be handling your users. Okay, so this is one important section. And one more important section is this one. So here, auto scaling policies. So this is what exactly you need to understand in this auto scaling. So this is very very important section. So just select this target tracking scaling policy. Okay, so scaling policy name you can ignore, not a problem. Main thing what you need to understand is metric type. So in this metric type, as you can see, average, when you drop down, average utilization, average network in, average network count, application load balancer, request count per target. Okay, so auto config, I'll select this average CPU utilization, and here the person is telling us target value 50. So that means what exactly will happen is, I'm running on this two servers, for example. So two servers are taking tasks. Okay. So as you know, this server utilization, maybe you might be seeing in your local operating system. I'll go to task manager. So in this task manager, you can see this performance. So in this performance you can see CPU utilization. Okay, so CPU utilization, if it goes to 100, that is maximum. After that, this CPU cannot process more applications, right? So if it is under control, like for example 78, 79, at this time only it can accept new time, because it has got some pending. For example 76, for example 80, 80, and again 20% is remaining to handle the task. For example, if it is going to 100, so it won't be having any available space to handle your tasks, right? So for that, what happens is, I'm putting one condition. What is that condition is, if CPU utilization is coming to 50, so then what you need to do, you need to create one new instance, right? If it is getting into this 50% CPU, so automatically, that means it has exhausted its resources, you need to create one new server. This is how auto configuration will work. So server 1 is getting CPU value of 50, that means our server configuration has reached 70%. So automatically, what will this auto config will do, it will allocate one extra server. Okay, so we'll see that how practical it will happen. So right now I'm telling Babu, if this CPU utilization is going more than 50%, give me one server. You can put this as 90 also, not a problem. Okay, so if it is reaching more than, if your CPU utilization is reaching beyond 90, create one new server immediately. So right now I'll put the values very less. I'll, because we need not have much time to practice that. So if my CPU utilization reaches more than 50, automatically one server will be added into my website, right? So added this as 50, CPU utilization maximum 50, right? Then click on next. If you want any notifications, it will also provide you notifications. So if you click on notification, so you can select regarding this launch, if your new server has been launched, auto configuration if new server is launched, then you'll get an email. If some server has terminated, you'll get one email, fail to launch, fail to terminate. So according to this, you can get one email. Okay, so you can add that, but right now I don't want all this. So click on next. Tags you can add, it is for your choice, and click on next, right? Just review what all we have done. And if I start, click on create auto scaling group, so then automatically the process will get started. So I'm clicking on create auto scaling group. So now the process will start. Okay, step 4, create automatically. So create auto scaling group, this we have done. Now you need to practically test if at all it is working or not, right? So practically, now what should happen, we have created an auto scaling group. So we have told minimum one instance, so desired capacity two instance, minimum of one, maximum of four. So right now it need to create service servers, right? So I told I need minimum two servers, right? So the process has been started, as you can see, updating capacity. So we'll go back to our instances section, we'll see it will be creating two servers, right? So I'll go to my instances. Okay, so right now as you can see, this is our old server which was already there. From this only we have taken backup or image. So as you can see, two servers are created now. One, two. You can see the status initializing, right? So as you know, this is our auto scaling group server. So I'll just change the name to auto scaling server 1. Okay, auto scaling server 1. Save. So similarly I'll say this as auto scaling server 2, just for our reference. As you can see, this I have not created manually, it has created by itself. Okay, so the trigger point is this one. So this has triggered it, right? So just a refresh, right? So instances desired capacity, so it has told that it is created. Two instances are working under auto scaling group. So we'll go back. I'll go to my instances. Okay, as you can see, two servers are already there. It got created. So it is just an initialization state. So let the server start. Okay, one server has started. Okay, we'll start with this server only. So as you know, I'm now opening the server auto scaling server 1. Okay, so auto scaling server 1, and I'll try to connect. Okay, click on connect. I'll say RDP client. So here I got details already. So I click on this public DNS. I'll go and open remote desktop. So I'll paste connect. Click on this username copied. So I think this is one important step. What is that is, you won't be getting your password. Okay, but no worries. We have already generated our password, right? So here we have already generated one password. We can use the same password. Okay, so you might be saying, sir, if I forget this password again, I how to generate a new password? So basically it's very simple. So as you know, we have taken image of this particular server. As long as this server is with you, you can able to generate password. So simply you can just click on this. You can connect. So here you'll be able to generate your password. So this is the main server which we have taken a copy of. So for example, I'll show again. So get password, upload private key. So Flipkart Big Billion server, click on decrypt password. Okay, you are getting password, right? The same password you can use for all your auto scaling servers also. Okay, so I'm trying to connect to this auto scaling server 1. So click on auto scaling server 1. So I got this public DNS. I've copied, and so public DNS copy, control V, connect. So here is administrator, right? Password I already know. Paste, click on OK. Okay, so as we have generated a new password, we need to paste that one. Okay, so copy, paste, click on yes. Okay, so this is our auto scaling server 1, right? So this is our auto scaling server 1. So what I'll do, so what is the condition if this CPU utilization goes beyond 50%, it need to create one new server, right? So I'll just open the task manager, right? So in this task manager, just open, so just go to performance. Okay, so as you can see right now, it is going beyond 70, that means which is above our expectation, right? So we already gave the condition that if the CPU utilization is going beyond the 70, it will take. But again, we have given one more condition. What is the condition we have given? 5 minutes time to start, right? So as we know that at least after starting your computer, it will take at least 5 minutes to start all the services. So just now I think it is not even been 5 minutes. So initially everybody knows that it will be high. So slowly after your services get started, it will reduce your CPU utilization. So as you can see, it is hardly 5%, 4%, 10%, 12%, right? So I will get back and see. So I'll go to my server section, instances. Okay. Right now, as you can see, I have three servers. This is the original server, or else you can just put it in this stop condition also, no problem. Right. So stop. Right. So now we have applied auto scaling on this server. So auto scaling is working. So you can check your auto scaling from here. So as you know, this we have created one auto scaling. So here we told, so minimum desired quantity is 2 and the maximum number of servers are 4. Okay, extra server will be added if my CPU utilization crosses 50%, right? So the condition we have given. Okay, so this is all your settings, right? So health check grace period, so health check will happen every 5 minutes. Okay, I think it's 5 minutes, maybe near to 5 minutes. Okay, only we can see here two servers are running, right? Only two servers are there. So right now we need to increase our server CPU utilization. As you can see, it is just 2%, 5%, right? So this time the server is free, it won't, we need not create any new server. So what we shall do is we shall try to trigger the CPU utilization, so we'll try to make it peak. Okay, so to do that, there are what simple process is, you try to open more number of applications, automatically this will increase. So the most easiest way which I found is just open your browser and browse for some websites. So this will consume your CPU, right? So I'll open some Bing page. As you can see, the server utilization is increasing, right? It is now reaching 100. So at this point, it should trigger and it should add one more server for you. So start without using data, continue without this data. confirm and start browsing. Okay, so I have opened one website. I'll try to open multiple tabs, so that it will consume more CPU. Okay, so now I'm increasing the CPU, as you can see, so 88%. So I'll add more and more such that it will get more load on my server. So I'll add more and more. So as you can see, I'm adding multiple tabs. So whenever I open my new tab, so in each tab this Microsoft Edge page is loading, right? The more number of pages I'm opening, the more number of load is falling on my server. So Microsoft Edge. Okay, this continuous process. So the only intention is to keep my server busy. Okay, as you can see, my server is very busy here. Always I'm trying to put it on above 90, above 80, above 50. Every time it is above 50, right? So as we know, we have given condition. If it is going beyond 50, it need to create one server. So but before creating new server, it will wait for 300 seconds, 300 seconds and 5 minutes. So after the 5 minutes, it will trigger to create one new server. So let us go back and see. Okay, so as you can see, only two servers are there. Okay, so 5 minutes, after 5 minutes it will start creating. And also there is an option to reduce the time also. Okay, so simply how to reduce that time is, go to this auto scaling. So as you can see, this target policy, what I have done is, I have as required to maintain average CPU utilization at 50. Add or remove capacities are required. So here I kept 300 seconds, right? So 300 seconds and we have to wait at least 5 minutes. So this also I think we can edit, but later we'll do. So I have told look, you look for 5 minutes. If the CPU is not coming less than 50, then automatically you create one new server. So I'll go back again, it got reduced. So again I'll put, so again I'll try to increase. Okay, so I'll go to new website, click on next. Now again the CPU is coming under this 100%. Let CPU activity is high, more than 50%. We should have reduced this time while creating. If I would have kept this for 60 seconds, it would have been more than sufficient. Okay, no problem. So here it is taking 5 minutes time to check and create the server. Okay, already we have only 1 GB of RAM. Out of that, uh, almost 500 memory, 500 MB memory has been consumed, and the CPU also it is under 96%. So the condition we have done, we have completed, just waiting for the new server to start. So 97. Okay, we shall see here. Okay, this have taken in the running condition, that we'll remove this. Okay, refresh. Refresh. Okay, what we can do is we can take some break for 5 minutes, and we'll come back and see. Okay, so we'll see at 9:25 a.m. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, it has started to create one new server, right? So as you can see, the new server has been started, and it is in pending condition. Okay, so it has started automatically by itself. We haven't done anything. So it has found out that our CPU utilization is going beyond 50. So it understood, and it has started creating one new server, right? So as you can see, this we haven't created, it got created by itself, right? So this is what I wanted to show practically. So practical of this auto scaling you have seen here. So now what will happen is, now this server will come into live, and it will start accepting your traffic, right? So this is example for auto scaling. Okay, so practically we have seen, and practically one server getting added, you have seen. And one more important thing what you need to understand is, as we have already seen, we have already understood that it will increase the number of server, and also it will decrease the number of server. Okay, so decreasing the number of server, I think again we have to open this server, and we have to reduce the CPU, and again we have to reduce it to below 50. Okay, so below 50% CPU utilization we have to maintain for 5 minutes. Okay, so again that we want to do now. So simply what we can observe is, as you can see right now, it is working on 3 servers. Because the load is more, it has taken one. So this also we can give name as auto scaling server T. It's saved. So 3 servers are working. So now what we'll do is, I'll try to remove 2 servers. Okay, So what I'll do, I will remove 2 and 1. Okay, so let the new server be. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm assume a scenario that our server got crashed. Okay, so but the condition is, what is the condition we have given it? We have told that, so minimum quantity should remain 2. So here it has changed now, it has changed to 3. So what will I do? I'll remove the instances, I'll put only one instance. Okay, so what will happen is automatically it will add one more server. So why it will add one more server is because we have given the condition that the desired count will be 2 always. That means all the time it will be maintaining 2 servers, right? So right now we have 3, 1, 2 and 3. So I'm removing server number 1 and server number 2. So I'll go to instance and I will terminate this instance. So click on terminate. So practically we found that new server is got added, right? So once one practical part has been completed. So server 1 and server 2 are getting deleted. Okay, this also got closed. Okay. So again, the condition what we have given, it will be it will be waiting for again 300 seconds, and after 300 seconds it will try to create our server. So as you can see, the change in number, no, okay, this number not been updated yet. Okay, so it will wait for another 5 minutes, and if you understands that there is only one server which is running, so it will change the count to 2. Why? Because we have told the auto configuration like we need at least 2 servers all the time, so the desired quantity is 2. So now we are working on only one server. Now another server need to get added. Okay, so that will happen after 5 minutes, because this is a just time consuming process, so we need to sit and wait.
What about the main server, sir? Like it's got stopped.
No problem, we are not running our server from here na. We have created a separate section called auto scaling. So now we are running all our servers through auto scaling only. So
Okay.
this auto scaling will be live. So this won't be live, so that is why we have stopped it.
Okay. Yeah. Does it got stopped automatically or you did?
No, no, I manually stopped it. Unnecessary, na?
Okay. Okay.
Our work is our main work is getting handled by this auto scaling group. So this is taking care of all the process. So why should I unnecessarily put this? So that is why I have stopped it.
Okay, sir.
So here you can see just now it has started creating new servers, right? As you can see, 2 servers are getting created. I have not initialized anything. So why? Because the condition is coming from here, auto scaling group. So it is telling the minimum two instances should be there with desired quantity is 2, maximum is 4. Okay. So previously what we have done, I have deleted auto server 1, auto scaling server 1 and auto scaling server 2. At the time only auto scaling server 3 was running. Okay, so our condition is minimum 2 servers should be there, right? So auto scaling 3 won't be sufficient to handle our traffic, so that is the reason it has created one more server for us, right? Here you can see one more server got added itself. See, you can see in the live status. So here also it has started, one more server got added here, right? So you might be asking, sir, how many servers it will be adding like this? So as you know, we have set the condition as maximum servers 4. So beyond 4, it won't be creating any additional servers. Okay. So now we can say this is as a auto scaling server 4. Fourth one it has created. So this is a fifth one, auto scaling server 5. Okay, even if I trigger this again, even if I log in into the server and open multiple applications, again the cpu utilization will be going beyond 50. So again it will create one more server. Okay, so totally at that time 4 servers will be running. So here you can see fourth server also it has created. So why? Because the because the cpu utilization is going above 50. So auto auto scaling server 6. So right now our condition is maximum 4. So how many are running right now? One, 2, 3, 4. Right? So beyond this, no more servers will be created. Okay. So we have checked two things. One is auto scaling done. One is uh, uh, changed used CPU utilization above 50. So auto scaling group added one extra server. Observation we can write observation, right? So this also you need to do practically. It is a time taking process, but please sit patiently and try to complete this. Okay. So observation. What we have observed? Auto scaling group added one extra server when CPU is above 50, right? So this we have observed, and what we have done, deleted extra servers, but auto scaling auto scaling group created new servers itself to fulfill our condition of desired quantity. So this also we have observed. We have intentionally deleted our servers, but even after deleting, that auto scaling group have created our new servers by itself. So we have deleted server number 2 and server number 1, I think. So as you can see, auto scaling server 1 we have terminated. Automate or we have auto scaling server 2 we have terminated. So automatically what this auto scaling group have done is it has created few more servers like auto scaling 3, auto scaling 4, autoscaling 5, and autoscaling 6, right? So new servers are added automatically, right? So it happened because we have deleted this. And also main observation is it is not creating more servers beyond 4. So it has stopped creating servers after 4 number of servers. So this you can make. So stopped creating new servers because maximum servers is 4, right? So beyond 4 it is not creating any server. So if you want to practically observe also, we can do that. For example, I'll open this connect. I'll connect to this server. I'll log into this server once. So remote desktop connection, remote desktop. I'll paste connect administrator. Administrator I got. So I'll just try this password. If it is not working, I need to generate a password. Copy, paste. Okay, it is working. Right. So now we'll check another condition. Like now, if you are going beyond 50, so will it create new more servers? Okay, I'll do the same. I'll open the browser. Okay, I've opened my browser. I'll put my task manager here. Okay, so I'll click on more details. I'll go to performance. Okay. Now, as you can see, my CPU is uh, utilization is above 90 now. Okay. Even if I continue this for multiple time, for example, more than 5 minutes also. Okay. I'll add a few more tabs such that it will get more CPU. Just come down. So plus I'll add new tab, new tab, new tab, new tab. So consistently I'm trying to increase the load of my server. Okay, such that my CPU will remain busy all the time like this. Okay, if it is continuously taking maximum utilization. Okay, so why? Because why I am doing this is, so I want to test, like if because I have given condition that if I am going beyond 50%, AWS need to provide me one more server. So it need to create new server every time I crosses this above 50 consistently for 5 minutes. Right, I have been doing this continuously. Right, I think that CPU utilization will remain above 50 all the time now. Okay, so now we'll get back, so we can come back to this. so to your instances. So here even if you wait for another 10 minutes also, it won't create any more servers. One, two, three, four. Okay, that means around 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 servers are there. So beyond this it won't be creating any more servers. So why? Because we have defined in our auto scaling group that what we have designed, the maximum number of CPU is 4 only. Above that there no, AWS will not create any more servers. So again there is an option. The thing is, what I want is, after doing this practical, so you need to just go and explore all the options which are available in this auto scaling group. Okay, just to spend some time. This practical will take at least 2 to 3 hours, more than 3 hours sometime, if you are doing it for the first time. Okay, so be very much explore as many options as possible in this. Okay, then after that, I think load balancer is little easy than this. I thought to finish both of it today, but that I think the time, if we start this load balancer, it will take another 1 hour for us. Okay, we'll work on this load balancer also, no problem. Okay, you guys can just do the practice. Okay, I'll be available here up to 10 a.m. If you are having any doubts, I'll try to clarify. Okay, and other guys, if you are having some other works, you can just leave the meet. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I'll share this notepad also with you guys.
Sir, share it on WhatsApp now. WhatsApp
Yeah,
group.
I'll share.